Hello and a very warm welcome to the OVO Wembley Arena. Great to have you here. It's a venue that down the years has seen many of Britain's best flyweight world champions all in action. Walter McGowan, Champagne Charlie Magri, Duke McKenzie and Dave McCauley, they have all battled it out under these famous old lights. And tonight it's the turn of the current IBF belt holder Sonny Edwards to follow in their footsteps and cement his own place in boxing history.
Nina Hughes from Billericay in the black trunks, trimmed with gold, a four-time ABA champion and the defending world champion, the challenger, the tall figure of Katie Healy in the purple trunks, a former three-time world kickboxing champion, walking in the footsteps of her stablemate and mentor Rachel Ball. And Gav Burries, her trainer, said, I know we're the underdog, but I've got the same feeling this week that I had when we took Rachel Ball into the Shannon Courtney fight. There was no pressure on Katie Healy, but she's under pressure already in this fight.
Yeah, it was the word that I used on her ring walk, Nina Hughes. She's ferocious, she's relentless, she just keeps coming forward. She's got good variation with the right hand. That's definitely a money shot. She can fire it straight down the guard, or she can go wide and arc it round. But look at the pressure on the front foot. And on the flip side, Katie Healy, she's got to get that jab into play. You can see her taking a step back, moving a lot to her left, onto that right hand of Nina Hughes. So she has to mix up that movement, move to her right also.
But it's that right hand, the worrying shot. That's the one she swings over the top. That's the one that hurts you. So you've got to stop her from doing that, and you've got to use, when you've got a long reach like that, you don't have to step into the jab. You can step back and anchor down with the back foot when you throw that jab.
Just cannot establish any kind of range so far, and Nina Hughes on target already. Yeah,
there's been a couple of good uppercuts from Healy, not really landed as such, but that's certainly the shot when you're tall like that. If you can walk Hughes onto the shot, working away at the body well there though, Nina Hughes. She does not stop, does she? She is relentless.
Stiff jab from Hughes, and both swing and a miss with the right hand. Set a good pace these first couple of rounds. Hughes, Healy just signs she's starting to settle and grow into the contest, but she's still under that pressure, still having to use the outside of the ring as Hughes just bustles forward, just pushes her into the corner. Bob Williams brings him back to centre ring.
A bit too much headhunting from Nina Hughes. You've got a tall target in front of you, a lot of target to work with. It's a lot of headhunting. That's better, the jab to the body, then work upstairs afterwards.
Hand position was good, just caught the left hook on the glove. Right hand just fizzes down the middle from Hughes, follows it up, stiff. Two right hands to the body, really turning through them.
And again,
her head position's really good, Nina Hughes, when she throws that overhand right. She really dips it to the left. Let's see it again there. She's just out of trouble.
And it brings all the momentum and swings it, because she swings it over.
Fair play though to Healy. She takes.
Good jab there from Hughes. Doesn't double it up now, they'll just keep that pressure on.
Needs a Hail Mary, just threw an arcing right hand, but just not enough behind it now. Tired, fatigued, and Hughes steps on her, wanting to put a punctuation on a really good performance against what was potentially a very tricky challenger tonight. Healy raises her hands along, but Nina Hughes does too, and I think we know really who's won that wide.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action here at OVO Arena, Wembley, London, England, we go to the judges' score totals. Howard Foster and Luigi Boscarelli both scored about 100-90. Bertrand Chagnou scores about 99-91. All three for your winner by unanimous decision, and still the WBA Bantamweight Champion of the World, Nina Hughes.
Well, Chev Clark in the black trunks, trimmed with orange, originally from Montego Bay. boxing out of Gravesend these days under the guidance of Sam Mullins at Churchill's gym. The tall figure of David Jameson in the white and silver trunks from East Kilbride in South Lanarkshire, under the guidance of his long-term coach, Jerry Higgins. What a spirited display it was on just over a week's notice against Mikhail Lawal for the vacant title. This is a far better prepared version of him tonight.
Oh yeah, he's in tip-top shape. He really is. And against Lawal, he was unlucky. I mean, look, he suffered a broken jaw, but he was well in that fight and proved he's a high-level operator. Look, for me, this will catch fire. I cannot see how it won't. You've got two guys that like to box on the front foot and let big shots go, and you can see exchanging right hands already.
Now, this is where you've got to rush him. When someone starts showboating like that, good shot from Clark. But that's when you've got to rush him with straight shots.
Clark just parrying the jab, drops his height for a moment, looking to get in that rhythm and flow that we saw a couple of rounds ago. Jameson just touching with a jab, like a fizzing right hand, and then goes low with it as well, looks for that uppercut, just starting to work those Mike Tyson combinations. And one opponent a couple of fights ago, he got stopped out on his feet, didn't he? Lifted the head up with the uppercut, and Jameson takes it in. Well, his face is starting to look a real picture indeed, and Clark just a little faint step to the right-hand side, loads up to the body.
It's the variation, the speed, the power, the movement. There's a bit of everything from Clark. It's really, really impressive, it is.
The timing is fantastic. He knows where he is all the time, so he's not... You know, when he throws a punch, he knows he's going to land.
Jameson trying to hold his ground. Clark pushes him off. Bob Williams having a good look at him, just telling the lads to try and keep it clean, because he's visibly just pushing him back. Looks for that left hook and then the uppercut through the middle. He's kept that in the back pocket until now, starting to lift the head up at the stop, and he does so again. And now a right hand off the back of it, left hook, and Jameson just starting to look a little bit uncomfortable here. Big uppercut again, and Shaq Clark lasering in. Shakes his head, really in the flow now, sensing a moment.
And he's got to try and hold on, Chris. He's got to try and hold on, Jameson. This is great work from Clark. The right uppercut, then the left hook. He cannot miss.
Well, it's savage stuff here. And Jameson, as we know, we saw against Lawal, a brave man and a tough man. You just wonder whether his corner might have to have a look at this. He cannot keep taking shots like that clean as this fight goes on. And Shaq Clark in the flow. This man in real trouble. A conversation was had in the corner between referee Bob Williams, Jerry Higgins, the corner man and long-time trainer of David Jameson. They were really assessing whether he had much left to give. I mean, his shape hasn't really changed other than taking a knee after that knockdown. He took some very clean shots and he took them well, but he just can't keep taking shots like this. Good uppercut lands, down he goes on the knee again. And Jerry Higgins has the towel in his hand. He's looking at his man closely. They just briefly exchange glances, and Bob Williams knows he has seen enough. And it's a compassionate decision by the referee, because Clark was really starting to turn through these shots. And Barry, as you said, this should have been a real test for him. This wasn't the version of David Jameson that Mikhail Lawal got at the back end of last year. This was a man off of a full 11-week full-time camp, the best preparation of his life, and Shaq Clark has demolished him inside the first half of the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 35 seconds of round number 5. Referee Bob Williams calls a halt to this contest, declaring your winner by TKO. He's still undefeated, Siobhan Sipokar.
10 rounds for the IBF Super Bantamweight Championship, and a chance for Ellie Scotney to create celebrations once again in the McGuigan's gym. 2 weeks after that success for Chris Billum-Smith down in Bournemouth against Lawrence Okoli. Johnson making her second defence of the title that she won just over a year ago. And Johnson's successes in the past have been built behind busy work with the left hand, both the jab and the lead left hook, and she's trying to get some authority with that in the early stages. Alongside me, Barry and Darren.
Yeah, nice positive start, Mike, from Scotney. Trying to hold the centre of the ring, trying to fire in shots to head and body. It's the jab of Johnson that I was impressed with looking at her previous fight. So that's going to be the battle for Scotney, to get inside that jab, to work the body that she does so well, and then finish upstairs. Intriguing battle, this.
That's the start here to this round from Scotney.
Left hook. Both demonstrating really, really quick hands here. The jab is a real battle at the minute.
But what Shane McGuigan was saying in the corner is right. I think, you know, she should throw a shot, Scotney, after she finishes with the left hook, roll, and come back again with the same shot. Stay in there.
A short right hook from Scotney, starting to push Johnson back slightly.
Left hook to the body, working well for Scotney, and now following up with a couple of right hands.
Yeah, good right hand one in there. She's dipped the head. Just get a different angle on the shot as well, with more weight in the punch. It's good work here for Scotney.
Yeah, good tidy boxing, double jab, she swayed back, missed the jab of Johnson, then fired back with her own, then took a little step to the right and threw 3 shots. Good boxing, intelligent stuff.
But look how much better she is when she's relaxed. How much the better the punches flow.
Another beautiful looping right hand over the top of the jab of Janika Johnson from Scotney there. That shot has worked so well, as has the left hand to the body, and it crashes against the New Zealander's jaw once again.
You know, they were calling for Johnson to move the head more, move the feet more, but I mean the main instruction was you've got to up your work rate, and we're just not seeing enough of it here. I mean, she desperately needs these rounds. She's got to let her hands go, but she's reluctant to move forward. She's reluctant to let her hands go, and I think that's because of the counter-punching from Scotney.
The third time, says Marcus McDonald, without taking a point away from Ellie Scotney. Had a torrid night in the ring with her gym mate Chris Billum-Smith a couple of weeks ago. And Scotney now looking to make it 2 world champions in a fortnight for the McGuigan's gym.
Oh, great shot.
And again, maybe as many as half a dozen times in this final round, that right hand has landed flush for Scotney, and again. Closing seconds, and Scotney finds a right hand followed by the left hand. Quality shots from range, accurate and clinical for the challenger. The end of the 10th and final round. Ellie Scotney convinced that she's done enough to take the title away from the champion, Janika Johnson.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action here at Wembley, London, England, we go to the judges' scorecards. Phil Edwards and Waleska Rodan, 98-92. Carl Zappia scores this bout 97-93. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision. And the new IBF Super Bantamweight Champion of the World, Ellie Scotney.
Underway then in what Eddie Hearn and the team around Johnny Fisher have been saying will be his last scheduled 8-rounder. Just over 2 years into his professional career. Salas trying to get through with the southpaw left hand in the early stages. The first southpaw that Fisher has faced as a pro.
Just got to remember there, Fisher, when he throws that right hand, just take a little step with the left foot. Otherwise, he's going to be punching on the wrong angle and allow Salas to get on the outside of him.
Yeah, just watching their front foots right now, and it's Fisher's that's inside of Salas's right now. So, like you say, Barry, just needs to get it on the outside. He'll find the range for that right hand. The right hand, which is his money shot, and that is the shot to be thrown against the southpaw.
Already a couple of times Salas has trodden on the front foot of Fisher, attempting to limit his movement.
Looking for that left hook, Fisher. Really jumping in with a shot.
But again, though, as you said, he's bringing that front foot in the inside of the stance there, Salas. He's not getting the leverage or the purchase that he would like. Nice little left hook to the temple there from Fisher.
Salas felt that and felt the need to hold on the inside.
Good shot. So physically strong, Fisher. It really is. Always on the front foot. Just got to be careful. That right hand was a little low. And Salas threw that left hook. Oh!
And Salas goes down with a minute to go in the opening round.
5, 6, 7, 8.
And this is going to be all over very, very quickly in just over 2 minutes in the opening round. Very close to the quickest win of his career for Johnny Fisher. The first time he's faced a southpaw in what they were all saying would be his last scheduled 8-rounder. In the end, it lasted barely a couple of minutes. And Salas proving in the end to provide very little in the way of resistance.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 2 minutes and 7 seconds of round number 1. Referee Bob Williams calls a halt to this contest, declaring your winner by TKO. He's still undefeated, Johnny the Rockford Bull Fisher.
12 rounds for the IBF Flyweight Championship, and it's the 4th defence for Sonny Edwards, who begins in typically nonchalant style, wondering where the punches have landed as he looks to his side.
Well, at times he's almost an impossible target to hit, Sonny, but Campos does have to put pressure on, does have to take that risk of missing, looking foolish. He has to get close, has to put Sonny under pressure, has to make him uncomfortable.
Yeah, the big question, I guess, is how good is Campos? Untested at this level. I like what I've seen, though. He's got a very good jab. He varies it up, and he's a bit of a pocket rocket. He likes to get stuck in. He likes to be busy. But can he land? Can he hit the target of Sonny Edwards, who moves so well? Skips to either side. Very quick, just gliding out of range. His reactions are very good. Quick hand, so going to be a tough night this for Campos.
Good work there from Edwards.
Having switched to the southpaw stance, so effortless.
And again, back to orthodox. You almost don't notice it. So fluent.
Yeah, so subtle the way that he switches, and when he does. Oh, lovely long left hook, followed by a right hand. That was a lovely shot. He took that well, Campos, but he fires back up with a jab.
And we're already seeing here in flashes how Sonny Edwards is described by some as the best pound-for-pound boxer in this country at the moment.
Fantastic work there with the feet there from Edwards. Punching on the turn as well as he changed direction.
Better work from Campos. Changing up the direction of the shots, head and body. Better off starting of the body, like I say, but looks more than comfortable in there. Sonny Edwards landing good shots of his own. The left hook, then the right hand spins out.
Howard Foster having a word with Grant Smith in the corner as the action unfolds once again in centre ring. Campos says he likes to dominate from the centre of the ring. Learned that, he says, from Oscar De La Hoya, watching many a fight of his down the years. Trying to apply the pressure here, and again Edwards, of his own volition, going back to the neutral corner.
Yeah, that was good pressure from Campos there. He allowed a little, I mean, he was very close to Sonny Edwards. He still allowed enough space to get the shots off. It was good variation, but the 3 shots that landed before from Sonny Edwards were really eye-catching. Good, sharp, snappy shots.
Superb cluster of shots, bouncing off the ropes by Edwards. Quality, clinical punching here.
That's really good work. It's good work, but when Campos had him on the ropes, he just stood in front of him. You've got to start changing that angle a little bit more.
Now, there was about 15 unanswered shots. I mean, if you're Campos, you've got to try and mix fire with fire. Let the shots go. He didn't there, and it just allowed Sonny Edwards to get into full flow and let that barrage of shots go. Back on the ropes now, looking for that right to the body. The left hook's upstairs. Got to work Campos, not busy enough.
It was a good start to the round and a good finish for Campos, and a good finish to the round here for Edwards so far. Best round of the fight.
Edwards clearly determined to show that he can mix it at the highest level. It's not just about punch and move, it's about standing your ground. Campos slow to raise his glove as Edwards celebrates in the neutral corner. His 4th defence of the IBF flyweight title. Has been talking all week about bigger unification fights to come. And we await the official scorecards now for Sonny Edwards on this, his debut for DAZN and Matchroom.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action here at Wembley, London, England, we go to the judges' scorecards. Phil Edwards, Waleska Rodan, and Carl Zappia all scored this bout identically, 117 to 111 for your winner by unanimous decision and